You want a video every day, huh? Ain't that fucking cute? You like my hair? You can barely see my tattoo now. I don't like that shit. So I do things I don't want to do for you, so you gonna do something you don't want to do for me? I guess I have to think about what you don't want to do, huh? You pretty much do anything for me, wouldn't you, baby? But real shit, I don't see a video a day happening. You get too spoiled if I do.
Back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Miss Kafwe. Ladies, today we are talking about a very controversial and sensitive topic, jailbirds. Have you ever dated a jailbird before? Are you one of these women who are obsessed with these jailbirds? I think there's an issue with you. But anyway, ladies, this video covers a lot. First of all, we'll tackle like the dark psychology behind why some women are attracted and only seem to like date these jailbirds. We'll also discuss the dangers associated to it, the experiences people have had. Like, you'll be seeing a lot in this video. This video is very interesting and I'd advise you to stick until the end. So anyway, ladies, without further ado, let's jump right into this video and then I'll be back to give my take on it.
To the girls who date men who are locked up, why do you do that? And I'm not talking about the ones who knew the man before he got locked up. I'm talking about the girls who really date men who are locked up. What's the point? I heard that some of y'all get money sent to you from the man in jail, but like, why do you do that? It's a whole bunch of free men roaming this earth and you want to date the man locked up. So I need to know what's your reasoning? What's your mental? I'm honestly trying to figure it out. Like, do you have an ulterior motive? Is it because you think that, you know, you get more freedom from it since the man is locked up? You could do really whatever you want to do. Are you just attracted to men locked up? Like, what is it for real, for real? I need to know, because it's really, really confusing to me when I see women go after men who are locked up and y'all become like pen pals and then you go to see him. But it's like, you don't know him. So what are you talking to him for?
You would actually be surprised by how much sex goes on between inmates and staff. There would literally be rumors all the time about the latest investigation because a female staff slept with a male inmate. Most of the time it's like the case managers or the counselors that are the ones that sleep with inmates because they're the ones that have their private offices and it's easier for them to get away with it. Also typical for nurses and medical staff like psychologists and anything like that to get involved with inmates. It does happen with regular correctional officers too, but that's a little bit harder to pull off. And these female staff members just end up forming relationships with these men. There was one guy I knew that was writing full-on letters to this female staff member using an alias for her and whatnot, and they were just corresponding back and forth. When they finally got caught, he was in the SHU and he was still corresponding with her using code words and special letters and everything like that from the SHU.
8 years in prison on a 10-year sentence. Ladies, for all the ladies sitting up talking about, oh, my man paid my bills while I was incarcerated. I got maybe 700 comments and at least 100 women on here talking about they man paid their bills when he was incarcerated. All you had to do was pick up the phone. Sweetheart, look, now maybe some of y'all may be telling the truth, but for the most part, a bunch of y'all lying. I go look at your picture, sweetheart, you not even take care of material. I'm sorry to tell you. You not even take care of material. Like, let's be real. You gotta be real with yourself. If you just needed a reason to make a comment to try to put down everything I'm saying or dialogue me in the worst way, sweetheart, get it together, man. You not even take care of material. And if he was, imagine what type of man he was. And how the hell did he take care of you from in jail? Because man can maybe make a couple $1,000s, maybe even $5. But you talking about he was gone for years paying your bills? Them niggas is noodle hustlers in the penitentiary. Chips, soups, wham-whams, juices, shit like that. Icy white clothes. That man ain't paid your damn bills from in the penitentiary. Stop the cap.
When I left prison, I had a buddy who'd been locked up for 15 years, and he had 2 kids under the age of 5, and they hadn't come from relationships with visitors, they'd come from relationships with staff. Because guards often work 12-hour shifts, and other staff would be there 5, 6, 7 days a week because of short staffing. And when you spend that much time around other people, relationships develop. Sometimes they're just friendly, but sometimes they're romantic. And some were genuine romance. You had guards who fell in love with guys who were living there and vice versa. I know one couple that started while he was incarcerated, and they're still together and married now that he's out. You also had people who just wanted attention they may not be able to get otherwise. Somebody who didn't feel as attractive or as popular was able to get the attention of somebody who spent all day working out and reading and studying. You also had people who were being manipulated, guys who would make women fall in love with them so they could get drugs or get favors or get whatever kind of things they needed. But the really scary part of this is in women's prisons, where you have male staff who force women into impossible situations. My friend Morgan was at a federal prison in California where about half the staff has now been indicted for sexual assault on incarcerated women. And either way, it would technically be the same charge, because any woman who was caught having sex with an incarcerated male would be charged as a sex offender and on the registry for the rest of her life. Because there's a power differential between the staff and the incarcerated people, and there can be no consent in that situation. I remember one staff member I talked to who said, yeah, I see all these guys around here and I'd love to do something with them, but I'm not going on no registry.
Prison wives. You want to know the manipulation of a prisoner, the love bombing, the whole concept? Let's take it back to this for a minute. If we are in a relationship and you tell me that you love me and you want to be with me, don't you feel obligated to be there for me at my downtime? So when these inmates meet these women, they get on meetaprison.com and they go find them. Once that man gets you to a point where you love him, now you feel obligated to be there for him. Now you feel like at his downtime, y'all are both at y'all downtime because he's not in it by himself anymore. The hope, it's all a game. So when you say, I love you, keep in mind that you love him. You love everything about him. Even when he's at his lowest, you feel obligated to put money on his books, to go see that man, to pick that phone up, to be there for his kids, to do the things that he has to do outside of those walls that he's not able to do. Y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that link in my bio. Turn them notifications on. We going to YouTube, man.
Prison talk is an interesting place. Somebody tagged me in a video where this woman was going to pick up a prisoner that she had been dealing with. That video had over 410,000 likes. Yeah, you heard that right. Now, let's talk about something. This wasn't the most attractive woman, right? But the man that she was going to go pick up was probably a man that, let's say if he had himself together, he would never choose her. But because his life is not together, he's willing to entertain her. And that's usually how these situations go with women who entertain men who locked up. They are getting these men on a discount. Like, let me give you an example. It would be like if you wanted this Gucci purse, but you can't afford it retail. But if there's some type of malfunction with it or defect, you can afford the defective version, right? And that's basically what these girls are doing. They would never be able to get the Gucci purse at retail because they can't afford it. But they can get it once the buckle is broke on it. They can get it once the zipper don't work right. They can get it when the stitching ain't right on it, right? And that's exactly what happens with these men that's locked up. They can't pull these men if these men had their life together, was making good money, and they was actually good catches. They would never be able to get him. But because he down bad, he'll entertain her. And she knows that. Subconsciously, she knows she would never get him if he was not down bad. And that's the situation with a lot of women. A lot of women like to go after men who life is not together, who down bad, because they know under other circumstances they could never get him. Right? If he truly had his life together, if he truly was a catch, she wouldn't stand a chance against the other women that she would be in competition with. I remember I was watching an episode of Love After Lockup, and that was the exact situation. One of the girls who was on the show, she was dealing with a dude who was locked up, but she went to high school with that dude. And when he was in high school, he was that guy. But she didn't stand a chance amongst the other girls at that high school to get him. But now that he done been locked up and lost some teeth, now he willing to entertain you. Now he willing to give you an opportunity. A lot of these women know that, and that's the reason why they go after these men that's locked up, because they can get what they want at a discounted rate.
Some women try very hard to pick the trashiest men they can find. I mean, I feel like some women, when they see men, right, they say, which one is the trashiest? Which one is the most useless to society? Which one is the most dysfunctional? That's the one I want. I just watched a video pop up on my FYP of a woman driving 4 hours to meet a man she met who's in prison. By the way, I don't know how they met. She's been writing with this man for months. She went to see him in prison. He's been in jail for 5 years, but that's the guy she chose to make her boyfriend. These be the same women talking about no good men out there. What even got me was apparently there is a whole side of TikTok catering to these kind of women. And you know what even shocked me even more? The number of engagements and women that can relate to this woman in the comment section, encouraging her, giving her thumbs up. In prison. I feel like some women, if it's not chaotic, if it's not dysfunctional, if it's not like a question mark in there, they don't want it. This is the same women that will tell you there are no good men out there. The good men are taken. It's a lie. Good men are out there. But if you keep picking this, like you really have to work. I feel like some women, they work hard to pick bums. Like it's not that hard to not pick a bum, a bummy man. But I feel like some women, they go out of their way to make sure this guy is a bum. I don't know whether it gives them a salt. She definitely gets something out of it. I don't know what, and I don't care to know what. But either she feels like she's saving somebody, or she's doing something good, maybe. That's why she does these kind of things, but it's out there. Sometimes my FYP shocks me. I try very hard to, curate my FYP, but every once in a while, some bizarre shit that I barely watch will creep up there. I guess TikTok is trying to see if I like such content. And clearly, I watched it, but I didn't like it. I didn't favorite it. I didn't repost it. So I hope that's that. Man, people,
Prison wives. Ain't it crazy how every man that get incarcerated, all of a sudden he looking for love and he want to get married and have kids and a family and all this old extra shit. He didn't want no parts of that shit when he was free. He wasn't thinking about marrying you. I bet you be getting them letters. Yeah, baby, I can't wait to give you massages and kiss all over your body and tell you how much I need you and want you in my life. And you everything I ever hoped and dreamed and wished for. He didn't hope and dream and wish for none of that shit when he was free. He had a key, or he popped in and out when he wanted to. Or you never even knew him to begin with before he went in that motherfucker. Y'all need to take heed. Y'all don't understand that every man in prison wants to get married and wants a family and want to be up under you and love you and show you affection and you everything he ever needed and more. God damn, how God fucking crazy can you fucking be, man?
My name is Tamika and I am the prison officer that is married to an inmate. I met Jonathan when we were kids. We grew up in the same neighborhood. He was just a little boy who always had a crush on me. We went our separate ways. Jonathan ended up going to prison. Jonathan was sentenced to 25 years to life, but he's eligible for parole and he has about 11 left. Me and Jonathan reconnected because he wrote a love letter and he sent it to a mutual friend. It was 14 years since I last seen or spoke to Jonathan. It was like, oh my God, after all these years, he still remembered me. He still loved me. At that moment, I was still at work, so I was afraid to respond back to him. I contacted Jonathan. He just said, I'm happy after all these years, you finally given me another chance, and we made it official to be with each other.
I mean, you know that I'm dating somebody.
In jail, it's a difference.
So
it's
what?
Two different things.
But it's real though. Right now I'm dating this cute young fine thug thing, but right now he locked up and whatever. So been trying to tell me that I should leave him and whatnot. Well, guess what? Behind bars he treat me better than you.
Okay, hey, listen, this is it. Do not date a man in prison. I need you to understand this. He got to tell you all kinds of stories, right? He got to sell you on a fantasy. And whatever he's telling you, he's telling 2 or 3 people the same thing because he got all y'all hooked. He needs to sell all of you on the fantasy that he loves you so much, that you're the only one. Got to keep reminding you of the past, how great it was when y'all didn't really have nothing, but he got to keep telling you that and sell you in the past how great it was when y'all did the and keep you thinking about the past constantly. It's manipulation. Keep you thinking about that, because he needs to use you, because he is inside and he needs people on the outside. He needs to put money on his books so he can buy his ramen noodles and wham whams and ding dongs and ho hos, girl. Do not buy into the fantasy and the lies of y'all being together. It's all lies and none of it's gonna work. Now, understand this, guy got a man for you that's free and single. You ain't gotta settle for no guy in prison. That's my tip.
You got married in prison.
Yes.
Can you explain that? Like, how does someone get full on married? Like, their wife comes, there's a whole ceremony?
Yeah, so there's some rules to it. Like, you have to have been together for X amount of time. I believe it's like a minimal of a year or something. Obviously, they have to be on your visitation list. And we had to like get some paperwork signed. So like she has to go get the marriage license. And that was hard because to be able to get counties to sign off on it while I'm incarcerated. So like to be able to have somebody know, because I can't sign it, you know, at the courthouse or wherever they go to get the marriage license. But anyways, so yeah, we got the chaplain to approve it, and they call you out and you get a few hours up in the...
You get a private room?
You can
like, how does it work?
You go to the visiting park.
You go to the visiting park. Yeah, it's outside.
You're in the visitors park, and there was a couple inmates, orderlies that were working up there, and then one guard.
So like a ring bearer? Like, do you guys get rings? Or there flowers? How does this all work?
No, we just had a lady. There was a minister that married us. Yeah, you could have the whole ring. We didn't have rings because we got tattoos. But you know, like I was broke. So
are you in a jumpsuit? Like, can you put on a suit?
No, I'm in prison uniform. So she's in a white dress. I'm in a prison uniform, and they're reading us. I wrote vows and everything. So.
And can she spend time with you after?
Yeah, so we could eat canteen up there. So we had a nice big ass chicken.
You ordered, that's your wedding meal is chicken.
Yeah, a chicken sandwich and
out of the vending machine.
A soda out of the vending machine.
So you guys didn't want to just wait till you got out?
No, there was reason behind it. So so I could give her power of attorney.
Oh, she had to be married for that.
Yeah, so there was reasoning behind, because we planned on having another ceremony out here, but for her to have power of attorney over me so she could make some, legal decisions for me.
So I've been sent this video quite a few times, and I definitely wanted to talk about it. This woman is being proposed to by a man in jail. He's doing it via FaceTime. It's an absolutely beautiful proposal. The amount of women that are acting like they would sign up for it just because this man looks like he has money because of how decadent this proposal seems to be. And it's like, you realize that a relationship or a marriage is much more than a proposal or even much more than a wedding. Unless he's about to get released, there's going to be a lot of your moments that are going to have to be done via FaceTime. And how long is this man being sentenced to jail? Like, what kind of life are you signing up for, despite how beautiful the proposal seems to be? Like, you're going to have to do this time with him. If you are with a man who's in jail, however long he has is however long you both have, because you're going to be, with the calls and the commissary and all these different things that he's going to need from you. I hope that this is what he would do whether he was a free man or incarcerated, because no man loves you more than a man who has no other choice. This man has no other options but you. He's in jail. I hope for their sake that this man truly loves her, that he's about to get released, that they have a beautiful life together. But the amount of women glamorizing this and romanticizing this to me is troubling. This is a pretty proposal. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a pretty life.
What do you think is the infatuation with the bad boy prisoner? Like, men are obsessed with that, women are obsessed with that. What do you think it is? You've met a lot of criminals. You yourself were a criminal. I'm a criminal. The women like that. Why is that?
Maybe it's the confidence. Maybe it's the ability to thrive under pressure. Maybe it's that we know how to navigate certain situations and we conduct ourselves in ways that just project that confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's been to prison out here on the streets, what are you really going to do to me out here on the streets? You going to shoot me? Okay, cool. Run that shit, bro. There were people in OSP chasing people around with needles full of AIDS blood to try to stab them over $30 weed debts. I don't give a fuck. Shoot me.
Prison wives, your man is not faithful to you. Every man down there in the penitentiary that got somebody that's holding him down, he cheating. He don't know why he doing it. He's stuck in survival mode. He don't know if you're gonna be there from one day to the next. So he gotta make sure that he secure his own bag. If something was to happen to you, you was to get sick, he got to make sure that somebody else gonna be down for him. If you got tired of being down for him, he gotta make sure somebody else gonna be down for him. If you can't afford to put money on his books this month, somebody else has to put money on his books. Something wrong with your car, you so happen can't make it to visitation, he needs somebody else to make it to visitation. Because when a man is incarcerated, he needs these visits. He needs that phone. He needs money on his books in order to survive. He don't want to be sitting down there looking at man the whole time. And you just out here living your life La Vida Loca and he ain't got nobody because he done dedicated everything he got inside of him to you. Ladies, live your life, man. Pay attention to the message and not the delivery, man.
Why in the hell you dating a man in jail? He can't give you shit. He can't touch you. He can't give you a nut. Phone sex don't count. Fantasizing don't count. If that man ain't there to touch you or be there beside you, you ain't got no man. You take care of somebody else's man. And you just the number one dummy. He around all them men and you telling me he ain't bust a nut, he ain't watching no booty, he ain't doing nothing. This man balls gonna swell up waiting on you. I don't care what you say, that man busting a nut inside one of them men every night. He got that one man that he give noodles to just to bust that ass wide open. But you saying you got a man, where he at? When you go out on a date, you by yourself. You at home by yourself, watching TV by yourself. You ain't got nobody there. I'm just saying, you date somebody that ain't never coming home. You gonna be an old ass woman when he get there. I'm just being.
All right, y'all. I really just have a question. For the ladies or for the men, have y'all ever dated a man that was like fresh out of jail, trying to get his life together? What did that process look like for y'all? Was it hard dealing with his mindset? Like, how long was he in jail? I'm only asking because a dude is trying to talk to me, and he was in jail for 5 years for robbery, and he got on an ankle monitor until August, and he is off of probation or parole, I don't know which one, but he's off of one of those in February, you know. But he got a job, he got his own car, he got his own place and whatever. I just want to know, how hard would it really be dealing with somebody like that? Have y'all ever did it? A good outcome, a bad outcome? Did it start off difficult in the beginning but it got easier? I just really want to know, how was their mindset as far as being in jail for so long, and like, how did it affect your relationship?
3 benefits to dating someone incarcerated. Benefit number 1, they don't have anything to do but spend energy on you. Benefit number 2, when you want to stop dating them, just stop answering the phone. Benefit number 3, no babies, baby.
After all them jail calls and put money on my books, babe. Yeah, your man home. What you crying for? What you crying for? You knew. Nah, you did that. And you knew I was innocent the whole time.
I did, baby.
Let's go get something to eat. Told you I was gonna take you out on a date, and 5 years later, what I got you on?
A date, baby.
And I got you around fancy people. Look at that.
I know, it's so white, baby.
Yeah, because you deserve the world.
You can't smoke that in here.
You can't smoke in here?
No.
Damn, the world changing for real. Yeah, how much I owe you, bro? It's 100. Bang. Take care of it. It's 100.
You take Apple Pay?
You been boxing, bro? So what? Been boxing, man? Yeah, I was doing a little something in there.
My nigga, let me go.
What's wrong, babe?
What the fuck? I'm over here trying to cuddle with you and you got me in a headlock.
My bad, I had flashbacks. You know I'm still institutionalized.
Prison wives. You ever wonder why every man in jail want to get married? He want to come home and be with you forever? You know why? Because he trying to secure that bag. You want to know why he sends you out to go take care of his children and go take care of his mama, and all y'all can be a family while he's locked up doing everything that he's supposed to be out here free doing? He trying to secure that bag. You want to know why he calling you 10 times a day? Yeah, he trying to secure that bag. You want to know why when you go down there to visitation, he looking at you with them googly eyes telling you, oh, I miss you so much, I can't wait to come home, but we ain't got stipulations and I could be able to touch you and hold you and squeeze you and all that old extra. He trying to secure that bag. 9 times out of 10, when them men come home, they don't even be down with the woman that was down for them when they ain't have nothing. They go to the young one that didn't do nothing for them, that didn't care nothing about them, that left them stranded and abandoned down there. And then you left, balled up in the corner crying because you did everything you could to make sure that that man was comfortable in a time where he was uncomfortable. Free game.
Ladies that have a boyfriend or a husband in prison think they're safe from being cheated on because their man's is inside prison. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but they will cheat on you while you're in prison. Either those men turn gay for the stay and they're with other men, or as soon as they get off the phone with you, they're FaceTiming other women on contraband cell phones, or they're collect calling another woman on the prison phone, and it gets better. In the federal prison system, you could have multiple visits in one day. So guys would have a visit with one woman, say in the morning on a Saturday. That visit would last 2 to 3 hours. They would then go back to their unit, freshen up, and have another woman coming to meet them for another visit. I had bunkmates do this all the time, and they would do this as a hustle to keep these girls entertained and get them to keep sending them money. And yes, guys do go on Tinder while in prison.
Having a man in jail do not be for the weak, for real. Because almost every call is, babe, did you handle that? Yes, I handled it. Probably with an attitude, but I handled it.
Man would never have to question if I would hold him down in prison, because as soon as those cuffs goes clink clink, you cease to exist to me. You are not a figment of my imagination. And if this what you call a special kind of woman, I'm not special, baby. I'm mediocre. I'm mid on a good day. This is beyond my realm of reality. I don't want to live in a reality where I have to hold a man down while he's in prison. I'll let y'all have that. I know all the prison wives and the prison girlfriends may be upset by what I said, but rather than congregating in my comments to tell me how much you want to hold your man down in prison, how about you go in that cell and join him? Because that's what you are. You are in prison, love.
I once knew a man I was incarcerated with that was cheated on by his significant other. They told all of us in there, when I get out, I'm a KILL this woman. We all laughed and joked about it and told him he was being insecure and that woman was probably out there just enjoying her life, and we really didn't consider it cheating unless he was free. He said, nah, she got me messed up. She the love of my life, and she left me in here like this. She cheated on me. She deceived me. She showed a sign of being unfaithful, and I can't take it. I told him, I said, bro, it's not worth you getting out and risking your freedom. He laughed and joked about it. I took it as a joke. He gets out 7 months later. I want to say maybe a year after he was free. I end up seeing him back on the yard. He had a weird number, 27 years. And when I seen him, I said, bro, you violated parole? He said, nah. I said, what happened? He said, I told you what I was gonna do when I got out. Ladies, I tell y'all this to say, sometimes when these men threaten y'all life, y'all better take it serious. Because not only did that woman lose her life, but you could possibly lose yours. Free game.
If you're saving all of your love for a man who is in prison and you're in your kitchen making meals while he's on the web camera asking him what kind of drink he would like, and like lights are out literally for him in 10 minutes, you're under a root. Let me tell you which kind. Someone put a curse on your love life to where a win to you looks like a loss to others. And this is detrimental to you. You fall in love with criminals. Nothing wrong with a little criminal. Nothing wrong not persecuting nobody. But if you are free, you're out here, and you are committed to a man serving time in jail, prison, you're not dating nobody else. That's your man. You're under a love curse. And this is me telling you that.
Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're dating someone who's in jail, I promise you he's dating you out of convenience. When you're in jail, you have nothing around you but penis, time, and opportunity. They're not trying to worry about those men out there. They're trying to find someone who they can connect with, somebody who they can rely on, somebody who can give them a consistent connection. And if that's all you want, that's okay. But when they get out, you have to remember, you're letting an animal out of a cage. And I'm not saying animal in a bad way. We're all animals, okay? But men are primal, okay? And if y'all weren't together beforehand, y'all got together while you were in there, don't expect him to come home and be loyal to you. You gotta remember, they've been institutionalized. They've been in this confined facility for who knows how long, being told what to do by other men. And the ego says, I don't want anyone else to tell me what to do. So some of us women, we need to wake up, okay? I know it's safe to know that man is locked behind those bars and he can't cheat on you and he can't do anything wrong. But guess what? At some point they get out. And if you think you're gonna replicate the same relationship inside when they get outside, you're probably in for a very sad day. So I encourage you, get out before you have time, because when they get out, they're coming out like a tank, and they're rolling over anything that comes in their way. Love yourself first. Get something that's accessible.
Ladies, why do you think some women are obsessed with jailbirds? Is it the element of danger? Is it like, what is it? There's nothing wrong with dating a little criminal, like the lady said in the video, but what is it? Why are you committed? No, you see, talking, dating or whatever, like not even dating, but just talking to a jailbird, I don't think that's a big deal. But being committed to one, to the point that you're not even talking to other men because of a jailbird, to the point that you saw in that video you saw in that, and I don't know why I did cut that short. You saw in that video, you see that lady who the man is watching her from prison. Let me tell you something. The comments were crazy. People are saying, hey, everyone is watching her from jail. Others were saying, hey, now everybody in jail knows what you're doing. And some people are saying, and what if you have another man or something happens? So what will he do? He pretends to be big on security, but what if something happens? What will he do behind bars? Which is crazy by the way, what will he do? Claiming he's big on security, claiming blah blah blah, and then asking, hey, who is that? He seemed like he even wanted her friend. Like, it's crazy. I never expected such thing will happen. Something else people are curious about: how is he able to watch this woman from jail? How is he able to watch this woman from jail? Some ladies were also saying that being watched by a man who has a bedtime, being controlled by a man who has a bedtime, is crazy work. I don't know what is it. I don't have a problem with you maybe chatting or talking to these men, but let me tell you something. Even if you talk to these men, like, they'll always talk to you in the hope that you send them something. Like, it's always transactional, unless you knew that man before he went to jail. And even if you knew him, if he has gotten like this very long sentence or whatever, like, why are you sticking around? You better move on with your life. Let me tell you, the only situation whereby I can hold down a man who's gone to jail is if the man did it for our kids, or for me, or for our business, or for the hustle, or like if it's something to do with robbery, murder, drugs. Unless, like, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm not holding you down. I'm sorry, but you'll have to do the sentence alone. I'm not doing it with you, because in no way you're telling me, oh, I have 30 years, so I'm supposed to stay here 30 years. When you come back around, I'll be an old grandma. Hey, 30 years. Hey, like, now in 30 years I'll be almost 60. Like, that is crazy to think about. So ladies, please choose your battles wisely. Let me tell you, ladies, as much as we normally say that there's a shortage of quality men, these men are there. And you'd rather be without a man, especially if it's a man from jail. Like, is that the best you can do? Sometimes you have to ask yourself the hard questions, by the way. Is this the best I can do? Which is not the best you can do, to be honest. That is not the best you can do. Let's be honest. You can do so much better. You have so much potential. Most of us women have a lot of accomplishments, but yes, we struggle in the dating world because we are independent. We have these accomplishments. The men of today are not really men. They're not living in their masculine. So we have all these problems. But let me tell you, a man from jail won't solve any of your problems. They won't solve. It will always be transactional. They're always talking to other women and other men. There's this time I used to talk to this guy who is in jail. And it's crazy because he's in the US. So let me tell you. And he used to be very honest. He used to tell me, like there's a day I entered Facebook and I saw like this woman had posted him. So I was like curious, and then I took a screenshot and sent it to him, and he was honest to me. He was like, I have to talk to other females, I'm trying to get like something, I'm trying to get them to put money in my books, I'm trying to get them, you see. So they always talk to people, they're always talking to people. But anyway, ladies, never be committed to such a man, never be serious with, never date even such a man. I don't even think you should entertain such a man, let me tell you something. And I was also surprised with the level of access these jailbirds, level of access of phones these jailbirds have in jail. I was surprised. Let me tell you, when that man video called me from jail, I was like, what? But this was like years ago. Like it was crazy. It was crazy to even like meet him on a dating app. This was years ago. Like I repeat, don't come here judging me or what. This was years ago before I even knew like dating apps are a problem or whatever. Let me tell you, I was so surprised. And there's like a feeling that comes from the element of someone calling you, like video calling you from jail. Like there's like a feeling, there's like a turn on. Like I tend to understand where these women are coming from, but at the same time, some of these women overdo it. You see, some of these women, you're out here cutting your paycheck into half to send to this man. Come on. You're out here denying yourself all the love in this world because of a man who's locked up. Like, come on. Like, get serious. Love yourself more. And that's why I always say some of these women are very desperate by the way, because I don't see why someone will be watching me from jail and I'm sleeping. Like, let me tell you, I don't want any interruptions when I'm sleeping because I'm such a light sleeper. Any interruption, I'm up. Like I want to get my sleep back again. And the story that really surprised me, okay, though it wasn't really surprising, is having kids by an inmate. Like you're a staff in a prison or whatever, and you're having children by these inmates. Hey, like God. You even want to participate in things with them. Hey, I get like you can be curious, you can be turned on. Like I get the element of being turned on by these things, but sometimes you have to call yourself for a meeting and decide like this is not worth losing your license, this is not worth being entered into a registry, this is not worth losing your reputation over. Like it's not worth it. Like me, I feel like these are intrusive thoughts that should just remain in the mind. Like you should not act on them. And let me tell you something that I support from this video. If these men's lives were together, they will never extend the same grace to you. Let me tell you, if you are the one who was inside there, he will never choose you. He will never put money in your books. You see, me nowadays, by then, let me tell you something. Before I do anything for anyone, I always ask myself, would they do the same for me? And I'm not talking about a situation whereby I'm just supposed to help someone. No, I'm talking about people who we are at par, people who we are equal, people who I know they have the ability to help me. I always ask myself, if I needed any assistance, will this person come through for me the way I'm coming through for them? And if the answer is no, which is majorly the case, I never help them. I'm sorry, but I've learned to say no, because ain't no way. Men never extend the same grace women extend to men. So stop extending this grace to them. Don't think that. And let me tell you, the woman who says that these women are getting these men at a discounted price, because if these men were just 100% okay in their life, they will never. It's very true. And let me tell you, there's no man who loves you more than a man who has no option to do so. Hey, that stuck for me. When Shonda said that stuck out for me, let me tell you. And there's no worse feeling than knowing that this man just settled for you. Like he was not at a position whereby he had all these women, he had all these choices, but he chose you. That is the best feeling in this world, knowing that man chose you. And I'm not talking in terms like of a pick me, like he picked you. No, I'm talking in terms of he had all these choices, he had all this freedom. He could have chosen not to, but he chose you, and he chose to commit you, and he's doing a beautiful job. Oh my God, that one now you own. Like that is me feel like that is the best feeling. Even these women who like go and put love spells for these men, I don't think that's anything good, because like you're taking someone's will away from them. And me, like I said, I prefer living in my truth. Like I prefer when someone just chooses me, knowing that he chose me despite having all those choices. Like that is beautiful. That is good. Like that makes me feel good. Like I don't know about you, but I don't like to feel like I had to force a man to settle for me, or me knowing that the man is only there is only with me because of the money I'm sending, or because he's in a bad situation, that's the only reason he's with me. Me, actually, that really turns me off. I don't want to be like someone's savior on a rainy day. No, I'm not trying to be no one's savior. No. If I'm a savior, I'll only be a savior for my own son. But these men, no. And some of them are even in there for murder. And you're busy talking to them. You're busy entertaining them. That man will get out of jail and he will do away with you. Some of these men are very insecure, like we said yesterday. Some of these men have anger issues. Some of these men have really like dark problems. Have you ever looked at a man like this and feel like the energy is so bad? You even look at his eyes, you feel like something is very wrong with this man. You can't put your finger, but you know it's really dark. Most of these men in jail are like that. And let me tell you, jail is not a good place. Okay, I don't know about you, but here in Kenya, whenever like someone is locked up in a cell, maybe for the weekend or maybe for a day or two, maybe they were caught drunk driving or whatever, like these petty mistakes. Whenever they come home, people are advised to like leave all the clothes they had worn, the shoes, whatever, outside the door of their house, or even outside the gate or whatever. Like those clothes should not enter inside the house. You know why? And these people are advised immediately they get home, they're supposed to really take a really deep shower. You know why? In those cells we have murderers, in those cells we have rapists, in those cells we have child molesters. So let me tell you, whenever you come out from that place, you come out carrying all these bad energies. And some of these men will come out carrying all those bad energies into your house, where you live with your children, where you've been celibate, where your pH levels have been balanced. Please, ladies, it's time to love ourselves. Like we have not reached there yet. Let me translate to Kiswahili. Hatujafika hapo. We have not reached there. Like, you're not that desperate. Like, come on, you can always do better. You can always do better. And let me tell you, whenever anyone threatens your life, take it very seriously. It doesn't matter who it is. Take it very seriously. Take it. That is not something you play about. And I agree. If you're only attracted to these men who are in jail, I think someone put a curse on your love life, because ain't no way. Because you'll only be dating these men who are dating you out of convenience. And let me tell you, there's no worse feeling than knowing a man is dating me out of convenience. Like, me, I cannot. I just cannot. Anyway, ladies, let me stop all my drama here. Let's end this video. I hope this video is finding you well. I hope you're enjoying this video. For the ones who said that I should just go live, we'll figure out the time later. Okay, I love that energy. I love your energy. I love everyone who's encouraging me. Trust me, I normally see all your support, all your comments. Like, I normally see them, and I really appreciate your support. I'd love even to take this channel to the next level, like for this information to reach more and more women. Like, yeah, we change the world slowly, by one step at a time, 2 steps, 3 steps. Yes, that's what I want. So anyway, ladies, I hope you have a nice day at your workplace, at home, wherever you'll be. Please be okay, be comfortable, don't stress, get enough sleep. And yes, I'll see you on my next video. Bye.